Hello, so today I just wanted to go through a sort of show and tell of my daily journal, and what I decided to do for 2022 is basically to consolidate into one consistent journal. And that's it. Obviously, I could do more if I wanted to, but at least one that would be consistent. I know people have like crazy, sort of planner lineups, which is fine if that works for you. But I was obviously just going, getting into a stage of being overwhelmed. And that's why this year I decided to start from zero kind of thing. So I got one, book, and that would be my daily journal. And I previously used to use an A6 Hobonichi, and it actually worked really well. I liked the paper. I liked the fact that you could have a whole year in one book. I only sort of journaled in it because at that time I had different journals for different purposes, and that was just like a writing journal. Whereas this year I'm consolidating, so I couldn't go with the A6 anymore because it's just too small for the fact that I like to keep a lot of ephemera. I have 2 kids and they give me lots of drawings and things, and I just wanted to include those in as well. And I did not go with the Hobonichi Cousin because the Hobonichi Cousin has monthlies, weeklies, and dailies, and that's just way too much for me. I knew that that would be too much for me to fill in, and I didn't want that pressure. And I know that you can keep things blank if you don't want to use it, but I don't like blank pages. So I decided to try something new, and I saw that Kinbor is a Chinese brand that often is cited as like a Hobonichi dupe. Even though it's really different, and they have a lot of different variations. It's, I guess, similar to some of the layouts of Hobonichi and things, but there are other brands as well that are similar to Hobonichi or have like weekly layouts or daily layouts or whatever. This version in particular is an A5 sized 2022 planner, and it only has monthlies and dailies, and that is what I wanted. I like having things dated because it sort of pushes me to keep on track as much as possible, rather than having to create layouts or date them myself. And so that's what I went with. I also really like this super red cover. It was just so cute. So that's what I went with. So just to do a quick little flip through, I did some decoration, added tip-ins, and here I'm actually waiting for photos. Basically, as I go throughout the year, something that I want to sort of keep, I will put it in here, and it'll probably be of my kids. I have some doodles and just random stickering. I was just trying to make it something pretty that I would like to flip into and go into to use on a daily basis. And I am someone who does add a lot of printables, tip-ins, stickers, ephemera. So I know that my journals get chunky, but I didn't realize that it would be, I just didn't expect it to be that chunky this time around. And obviously I should have expected it, because if I'm combining everything into one journal, obviously, right? But you get the normal yearly layouts, you get these sort of monthly things that I'm not really sure what I want to use it for. I'm not a habit tracker kind of person, and I'm thinking maybe it'll go back after the fact and sort of do a highlight of each month. That's a possibility, but I'm not sure yet. If you have an idea, definitely let me know in the comments. So the monthlies I use as really quick information and just a sticker a day. And I've kept up with it, but I'm not really sure if I necessarily like it. Since I do daily pages, I feel like the monthly is just sort of repetitive. I'm not using this as a planner, so I'm not really sure, do I want to, put something different in the monthly as compared to the dailies? Again, it's just all very, I'm just not really sure what I need it for. So I'm not sure if it's possible to get a planner without the monthlies, because most of the options out there have some kind of combination like that, because they're planners rather than journals. They usually come with a monthly and weekly, or monthly and daily, or monthly, weekly, and daily. So I don't know. But if you have any ideas, let me know. Right now I'm just keeping with the stickering thing, and sometimes it relates to the day and a comment about the day, but oftentimes it's just random. So I think it's because it's random, that doesn't mean very much to me, so it seems odd. So there is a yearly plan page, which obviously I'm not using this for planning, so I haven't planned anything. So this would be like almost like a duplicate of these pages, where you could do like an overview of each month and maybe do a highlight, or maybe do like a vision board or manifestation, but not a vision board, because I did do a vision board, like personal vision boarding, because they do have plan of a new year pages. So that is where you could sort of do vision boarding or whatever, and I printed out things and sort of like journaled about that. And then it starts with each month has a monthly opening page, and then there's daily pages. So again, lots of, just for me, my daily pages are random journaling, random ephemera, so obviously things that my kids give me, and you know, what's going on, like my thoughts kind of things. Sometimes they are pictures, sometimes it's ephemera for my kids or for my daily life, and journaling, collage, you know, lots of printables, just sort of all sorts of things, whatever I felt like doing that day. And again, I do print out a lot of things and add in a lot of elements into my journal. I love my printer. I love quotes, things even that I see in magazines I might clip out, or things sometimes that I see in, how do you say, on Instagram I might print out. And of course, lots of photos of my kids, family, but like these are just from magazines. So sometimes there are days where maybe either I didn't have time or didn't feel like it, or I just had nothing in particular to journal, but I still fill up the pages. And I guess that I am maybe just obsessed. Like, why do I have to fill out every single page? It shouldn't be like that, right? But I feel the need. And I guess I'm like very Baroque as well, because I feel like I need to fill the entire page, because if I had white space, it wouldn't be okay. I don't know, but it shouldn't be that way. But like, there are days where I like journal. So it just really depends. And I just sort of let myself be free and do whatever I want, as long as I keep that daily journaling sort of habit aspect of things. So just a big mix of things. And I also tried watercoloring. So on this paper, it's not Tomoe River paper, but it does hold up similarly in terms that it is thin. That's why you can fit like a year in a book. It takes fountain pens and it doesn't bleed through. So I have heard that some people have had the problem of Kinbors and them bleeding through. So it definitely makes me wonder if the different Kinbors are different, meaning the Kinbor weeks, which is like, you know, similar to the Hobonichi weeks, maybe that doesn't have the same paper as like this, you know, yearly planner dated version. There's also like different notebook versions. There's also the weekly versions. I feel like maybe they might be different, because I don't have a problem with bleed through. Like, this is a fountain pen, black ink. It doesn't bleed through. I mean, there might be some ghosting, but not bleed through. The things that bleed through are like other kind of like calligraphy pens that I tried one time. So that did not work well. But yeah, just lots of like journaling. And you know, the topics can be very specific to the day, or they might not be. And it might just be like my thoughts on a particular topic, and I just wanted to journal about it that particular day. But I just like having like that daily journaling habit of doing something. And there was a time where I did like get a little bit behind, but I caught up. And I'm like doing really well and really keeping with my habit. And it's sort of, you know, obviously satisfying to so as you can see, lots of tip-ins and things, satisfying to have like something done every day, and just documentation of our lives or my thoughts, and just sort of like a mishmash. I don't know, I used to think it would bother me if I had like too much of a mix of things. That's why I had so many different journals. But now it just seems actually sort of cool to have everything mixed in, because like that is our life, right? So it's okay. And of course, it's okay to have like extra journals as well if you decided to do like a particular journal for a particular aspect, or like make a little junk journal to do like a different project. But I like having this as like the base, like one journal for the entire year, just to keep up with that journaling habit and have a place to like, you know, write and do things. So there are times where I tip in like so much stuff, because if we like go on a trip somewhere, obviously it's going to get more. So I don't know if that necessarily works very well with this kind of daily journaling, because when you know, if you were to take like a substantial vacation, obviously it's going to get crazy, you know what I mean? So you can see that there, you know, if it was just writing, it probably would not bulk up so much, but I put so much stuff in my journals. So right now I'm up to like May, right? And you can see that this journal is like crazy thick. And you know, the binding, I mean, it's not breaking because I guess it's bound in a way where, sort of like Hobonishis, it could probably take a fair amount and it would just keep getting like bigger and bigger like this. But I'm only up to May, you know, that's not even half the year yet. So it's already this big. So it's going to be like this giant if I can, you know, continue the way that I am. And I'm not sure I like that, because, you know, when your book gets this chunky, it's just not that easy to work in anymore. It's like a bit too chunky. And I hate the fact that I have to think about like, oh, it's getting chunky, maybe I shouldn't put as much stuff in it. But I'm torn because I like having a year in a book. It's just, I don't know, for archive purposes, I don't know, I just like that. So maybe I have to let that go if I want to do like real, you know, ephemera keeping, because I know some people, they have like a journal a month, you know, because they're putting so much stuff in it. So I don't know, I don't have a solution for it. And obviously it's like first world problem, like a personal kind of thing where I just can't decide like what it is I want. But I have this desire to, like, after I finish May, for June to actually start in like a weekly and see if that works better, because yes, it's good to journal daily, but you still could do it on a weekly format, because let's say you don't have as many events or things like that, or things to write, and maybe it'll still work out, and that would be a lot less like pages that would bulk up. I don't know. And obviously if you go on a very like specific vacation or trip, that could be like a separate, you know, traveler's notebook insert or something that is more filled with things, rather than going in that daily journal. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you have thoughts on that. How do you do your daily journaling habit, or your journaling habit in general? And, you know, how do you deal with like crazy chunky notebooks, or the fact that you go through many different notebooks and I guess you just archive them and number them in a row? Again, I like dated journals. That's why I'm using planners, but maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should just date them myself, and that way you can sort of, you know, cater to, you know, what you need. But again, I like the dated because of like, it's like a prompt to journal, right, every day, to sort of remember to be like, be still and just think about your thoughts and do whatever, and get a little creative, whatever that little bit might be. So that is my daily journal so far, and it's this thick already, and I'm just still pondering this whole month of May to sort of figure out like, what I want to do. Do I want to continue and just let it go crazy and be like this thick? Who knows? I mean, I guess it'll still hold up. And then maybe think about something else for next year, or switch to like only writing in this journal, because the rest of these pages, I mean, they're still good. I don't want to waste them, right? But if I only did like journaling in them and not force myself to say it has to be completely filled up, like it could be just, you know, whatever journaling, and then do sort of ephemera stuff in a different booklet and include that as like a supplement. Maybe that's an idea. I don't know. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any suggestions, I definitely welcome your thoughts. And just wanted to share sort of my progress and thoughts on journaling up to this point. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching my video, and you can find all the information down below in the description box. I very much appreciate you being here. If you are new, my name is Linda. I'm a graphic designer, and I blog on tortagialla.com, where I post loads of totally free printables. You can check out the link to below and see everything that is there. I share all kinds of journaling and paper crafting. If you love to make books, journal, and all things paper and stationery, definitely subscribe and comment below so that I can say hello. Until next time, have a great day.